Hello, hello. Welcome to the shit show, you guys. Hey, we got some special guests coming in today. Of course, I have my comrades, Vets in Crypto, AJ Rip City, but we're also going to have Whitney Magic, A Wild SJ, and She Slays Crypto. And it's amazing. You know, the Queens of Crypto, I'm really excited about it, but I wanted to showcase this this video that we made up yesterday. And I hope you guys enjoy. Let's rock and roll.
Crypto queens, yeah, we rising to the top. Richard Hart, Pulsechain will never stop. Self-improvement, wealth, we're breaking the mold. Queens of the kingdom, watch us unfold. Whitney Magic counting millions, moving fast. Charlie 2020, turning art into crypto cash. Mana bringing NFTs, painting digital dreams. Sammy Chica, Hexakid, Aussie pride on the scene. Tam repping Richard Hart every day. Evangelist for freedom, changing the game away. Jackie Mean Queen got the world laughing loud. Harmonic Hexakid singing to crypto crowds.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth.
King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill,
Freedom through DeFi, we flexing that skill.
crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
SMO spider weaving webs across the net. Viber Lindsay teaching how to grow and reset. CC Blonde Texan, crypto crown untied. Wild SJ traveling, taking crypto to new heights. KTP OG from the land down under. Samantha Yoga Queen send moves like thunder. Ashley Ash, Cosmic Chic on another plane. Sandy Beach spreading love, changing up the game. Jory the network diva, connecting the dots. Rachel the education star, always on top. Crypto culture, a badass, bossing up with pride. Crypto stylist, always fashion by her side. Hot my queen, stacking up her bags. Suzanne the diamond queen, dripping riches like swag. Queen the beauty beast, moving fierce, no delay. Expensive football queen, running plays all day.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth.
King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill,
Freedom through DeFi, we flexing that skill.
crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
From Richard Hart's vision to our own crown, crypto queens are rising. We'll never back down. Pulsechain, Hex, DeFi, it's all in our hands. We're breaking the limits, taking over the lands. With King Pooie, Queen Pooie, we light up the scene. In the shining city, crypto reigns supreme. Queens of the kingdom, forever we strive. Freedom, wealth, and power, we keeping it live. We are the crypto queens, forever standing tall. In the kingdom of blockchain, we answer the call. Wealth, freedom, self-love, we found our way. The queens of crypto are here to stay.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Hey, the women of crypto are amazing. We greatly appreciate them. In Hexaco, I believe they have a great message to not just speak to the broader crypto markets, the no coiners, the Pulsechain community, but also just the empowerment of women. They make life so much better, and I'm glad to have them here. Of course, A Wild SJ, she is a Richard Hart sci-fi evangelist. She travels the world. Just amazing. We have She Slays Crypto, Lindsay, amazing woman, amazing wife. She's a green thumb. I mean, she's just out here. She's a crypto veteran. And then A Whitney Magic, you got yourself a situation where she has a crypto course. It's down in the description. She loves empowering women, and that's Queen of Millions. And we're glad to have them on. Come on up, y'all. Hello, hello. Hello.
Good day.
Hello.
Hey, good.
That teaser. What is going on? Who made that? That was amazing.
So we have obviously that was, Whitney Magic. I briefly met you in Vegas. I'm sure I don't really remember it, to be honest. we were doing karaoke, but I know I've met you, Lindsay, at that Vegas meetup with Power City, and wildest. I've seen you all over the map. Whether it's in Portland, Texas, Vegas to Seattle, we've been there in life real meetups, and it was our boy Mo on the back end of what we do with King and Queen Pooie. We got a great team, and I sent some of that information over to him, thinking, oh, maybe he'll get it for us like in a week or two. He just spit it out like in like an hour, and I was just like, holy cow.
Thank you, Mo.
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Yeah. So, yeah, we wanted to have you guys on. Obviously, I'd like to make this more of a regular because I really feel like, we kind of got a bad taste in our mouth with like the post Latina situation. And bottom line is we've had so much fun with the women of crypto at like all these meetups. And I believe that you guys have such a message to speak to the women of crypto, but just empowering women about financial literacy, financial just empowerment, and just so I mean, obviously, Whitney, you just came off a meeting yourself where you were probably talking one-on-one with a woman about crypto.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's certainly an exciting time.
Yeah.
So hey, what a warm.
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry.
Here's AJ. Hey, buddy.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, AJ.
Hey.
There he is. The man in the truck, the myth, the legend. But it's about the ladies today, AJ. It's about the ladies, the queens of crypto. How about that?
Yeah.
So anyways, not anyways, but more importantly, that video just invokes such warm, fuzzy feelings from that experience that we all shared and had in Vegas at the Pulsechain tour conference thing, Power City event, what have you. Beautiful, awesome thing. I mean, we have two of the ladies that were modeling down the runway right here before us. That was super cool with Suzanne Arts apparel and everything of that nature. So that was it was a special time, man. It was really cool.
I got a little emotional watching that, honestly. I'm not like, although I'm a woman, I'm not like a forward emotion forward with that, but it really it gave me all the good feels because it just reminded me so much of the unity that this community has.
And capable of. And 100%. It's like it's not lost. And I think those are the reasons why, like, we're still here 3 years later into this brutal bear market, right? Like, we're coming into the baby bull, what have you, yada, yada. But it's been brutal, right? Like, trying to find our way, this and that. One of those things, like, it's only if RH was streaming, right? Like, things would be so different. But you know what? He's not. And this is a true test to the community. Are we gonna sink or swim? We're seeing different people pop up. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. You can bitch and cope and do all these things, or you can put yourself out there into the public realm. It's a jungle out there. Just be careful. But lead, follow, or get out of the way. Do something positive, or just be supportive. But yeah, so
I found this time of like Richard not streaming to be so important collectively for I don't know, is that my mic? Okay, anyways, but I found this time to be just so important for us as a community, because like when we're looking at the adoption level, like this is the next level of adoption. Like it's no longer just the Richard show. Like sure, liquidity can come in, yes, he has his things, but he also has known that there has to be a time where the community all has to collectively step up, because this is a decentralized movement, and we also have to bring more people in. So I was, like you were saying, I was just on a client call where I was bringing this lady through like 101 around crypto, but really like empowerment to understand what's going on and why. And a big part that I was even just breaking down is like the beautiful aspect of us being in a cult, if you want to say, but the beautiful aspect of us having a decentralized community where like I'm sleeping, you guys are all sleeping, and we are still having other people all around the globe onboarding people and letting them know and sharing the good word. And that's one theme that I'm like, that's not slowing down in the crypto world. That's not slowing down collectively in the world. Like for the shifts that need to be happen on a systematic level, like it has to come from us people.
For sure. I put in the down the bottom here, I put in, I want to tee up Wild SJ, and then I kind of want to work the room as far as going to Whitney Magic and She Slays Crypto to talk about some various things that they're involved in and the things that they're excited about. I know that we have a Pulsechain meetup here in New York. I know that we also have another one coming up in March. I know that we plan on being exactly the golf tournament and, sponsoring a hole and doing our thing. I mean, I had a blast the last time, and we know that Caitlin's a boss. We know that she is, Black Hexagon. She's amazing for our community. She is a queen amongst queens. She holds it down, and I'm looking forward to our next Vegas meetup. It was hot as hell at that last golf tournament. I think it was like 110 degrees. And talk about champions.
But we still had a great time.
Oh, we did. I mean, we had a blast, and then we went to the penthouse party and yada, yada. And that's the magic of us coming together and us being just like a family, just an ignited, passionate family that's excited about what we are in. We're passionate about DeFi. And so I want to tee up, obviously we have a video too about the upcoming March event, but I wanted to give you the opportunity, SJ, and then we'll kind of go around the room as far as speaking to, other things that you guys are up to.
Yeah, for sure. So what's happening in New York, and actually this lovely lady right below me on the screen here is one of the speakers at our seminar. She was the first woman that I thought of in terms of like, I knew she's in the area. And also like when I think of women in this community who have been very vocal about their rights, like our rights and like the freedom of speech and the freedom of movement, like I was like, oh yeah, Lindsay's got to be there. Like, so yeah, super, super excited. Looking forward to it. We're at the whim of the courts, right? And they still, I believe, could change the date, So we had kind of like a little bit of a battle, trying to figure out, okay, like the dates changed. Are we going to move the seminar? Do we keep the seminar? Like we have to rebook our flights. Are we going to have to find a new venue? So a lot of that kind of just, was up in the air for the last couple of weeks, but everything's solid now. As far as we know, unless they change it again, the hearing is October 31st. And the seminar is the 1st of November, so the next day. And I really want to just stress that one of the reasons, the biggest reason that we're doing this is for those of you who don't know or are like, why have an event? Like, why even, go out there for this if Richard's not going to be there? Because he's not. Mm-hmm. There was a hearing earlier this year, and the only person that showed up for it was Marco. Yeah. He went to New York, went and sat in this hearing and listened to both sides, the SEC lawyers and the lawyers for Richard Hart. After the fact, he got to have a moment and go speak with them. And one of the lawyers said, hey, it would actually be really cool if more people showed up to these things. If more of you guys showed up to the hearings, it would look good for the case. It would look good for Richard. Well, maybe we'll get some media coverage. So that's really why. We were told by one of the lawyers on Richard Hart's team that this is a big deal. And if we can show up in mass, it's going to make things, just like the narrative, right? Like we're putting that this is big for crypto. Like this story, y'all know, like most of us know how gatekept. And I've only started to really understand the gatekeeping and how intense it is. So the fact that there is no media coverage about this yet, that no one is talking about Richard's case, right? That all the other cases are out there and they're getting coverage and they're getting news and, like that's all happening. But I truly believe like if we've got a courtroom full of us, right, and an overflow room, they can't help but, bring this story out to the greater, crypto audience, right? Or people who really care about this and care about moving DeFi forward. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about, right? It's not just about hexagons. It's not just about the Pulsechain. It's not just about Richard Hart. It's about ensuring that DeFi wins and that we have the ability to transact, to have freedom of speech and freedom of movement via the blockchain. So if you're on the fence about it, please consider coming. even if like, I think at this point, if worst case scenario, if they were to change the date again, we would still have the seminar. That's where we're kind of, we've touched on the last couple of days. Like if worst case scenario, the hearing gets moved again, we will still have a seminar on the following day. And that's going to be, I mean, if you're already coming out for the hearing, you know, like might as well, like, you know, come to the seminar, because we're going to have a slew of amazing content creators and speakers there. Crypto Coffee is going to speak. Access Alive is going to speak. We've got Zenith from the DGen Roundtable. And someone I'm super, super excited to hear their opinion and, you know, what they feel is the ramifications of this hearing for our community is Nuclear Herbs. He, I mean, he doesn't have his own, you know, he doesn't do YouTube or anything like that. Mostly he's posting on X, but that man is a wealth of knowledge and just has given us so much insight into this case and what it means and how it works and how things are going to go. So he's going to be speaking as well. And like I said already, you know, Lindsay's going to be there. I'm trying to think, there may be another person or two. I'm actually working on a promo video for it right now. But I just want to encourage everyone, if you're coming out to the hearing, come and hang out with us at the seminar, because, you know, the hearing, it's going to be a long day. It's probably going to be really boring. And we're just going to have to sit there in silence, right? No one's going to get to like hang out and chit chat while this is going on. Like we need to be on our best behavior, dressed to the nines, right? Like just there paying attention. So for us, the next day, that's going to be like, hey, let's hang out. Let's talk about this. Let's see, you know, like, how is this going to affect us in the community? We won't know, right? Like, like whatever happens on the day of the hearing, we're not going to know really what that does for us within the next couple of days. It's going to take a little while, right, for that to all set in and for us to really find out how it's going to affect the ecosystem. But, you know, like you're out there, and I think most of the people, we're coming, you know, for the community. So why not, you know, like have that community time, hang out, learn a couple things, like get to like really socialize and like have that time. We'll be doing the dinner after that. And then who knows, you know, after the dinner, like we'll probably go out, have a good time. So that is, and I, having done this for the last 2 years, y'all, like, you know, there's so many people that are just, that throw shade and are just like, man, like, well, you know, why would we pay to hang out? And like, you know, what is this, you know, what is the value in this? And I'm telling you, the value is what you're seeing here, right? Like John Boy talking about like the fact that like we've seen each other, you know, vets too, like, you know, both of you guys have been to multiple Pulsechain tour events, like all over the world. And to get to have that one-on-one connection, not only is that so helpful for the community building, because now you're seeing someone outside of the screen, right? You actually get to like handshake and have a hug and like have a conversation. But I am telling you, I have seen so many projects and connections happen through these in-person events that like it's such a beautiful thing to see the community grow organically and like see people come together who might not have online, you know, but they're there in person and they're having these conversations. And then they have the ability to just like, oh, wait, you do that thing? Like, oh, like I'm interested in doing this. Oh, turns out we can actually help each other out and like build something together. And that's happened time and time again, you know, at these meetups. So I'm stoked. And another big reason that we promote this and do this is so that you can go out and then create your own meetup. You know, like we're not the only ones that need to be doing this out here. You have the ability, you have the power to say, hey guys, I'm going to be at this coffee shop on Friday at 6 p.m. Anyone want to come hang out and chat? Because that's another sentiment that I've heard over and over again is, thank you so much for throwing these events. I don't have anyone else to talk to about this. My family thinks I'm nuts, right? Like my friends, like it's so nice to be able to come out and have a conversation and not get, you know, laughed at or mocked because of what I believe in and what I, you know, what I see value in.
Yeah.
So well done. Thank you.
Yeah. I think we forget too, like we think, oh man, Richard was being real cute about freedom of speech and freedom of movement. But I'm telling you what, we are a community of warriors, and what you know, the broader crypto, you know, doesn't know is we're fighting for their freedoms. And what the public doesn't know is we're fighting for their freedoms because we're under attack. I mean, you can see it in the news, you can see it in the macro, you can see what's happening, and you can see that, you know, there's a battle going on. And that's the truth. And so before I start teeing up, Whitney, I want to showcase the video of March. I really do believe in these in life real meetups. I know that all three of you lovely ladies have been to these. You believe in them. And also on the flip side, I want to say that in crypto, you have the right to be private. So if you want to be, you know, home, and that's the beauty of it. That's the freedom of, if you want to be private, be private. But if you get the opportunity to go out and shake hands and hug and just meet people that are, you know, freedom fighters just like you, then come out. So here's that beautiful video. All right. Shout out to you, Crypto Girl, in the chat. I'll shout out a couple people here real quick before we hop into Whitney. Obviously, we have Vibra Finance. You know, that's Lindsay's, you know, amazing husband who, you know, teaches us so much about not just Pulsechain, but crypto as a whole. You know, obviously we have InGold in there, Smo Spider, Bright Light Crypto. I think I seen Sandy Beach where she's like everywhere. I don't know how she does it. I think she's like an AI bot, like, you know, in like multiple chats. Maddie Allen, thank you, buddy, for hopping in here. And so, yeah, with that being said, Whitney, you're out here teaching women and empowering women to not just, you know, learn about crypto, but I think you're helping them raise their, like, just their energy, you know what I mean? Because it's so empowering to, you see it with these masterminds, guys go to them, they're trying to up their level as far as like emotional intelligence and all those kinds of things. And I think that's what you're doing is really, so tell us about the women were, you know, the Queen of Millions. I did post it in the description for if anybody's watching it now or on the replay, gang. There's the website in there. So tell us about it.
Yeah. So my big passion, well, it all stems from my own, what I experienced previously in crypto, but a big thing was like coming into the space as a woman. And like, I know all of us have gone through our own thing of whether that's been going public or just sharing and speaking more and trusting our voice. But I really wanted to be surrounded by other women that were learning. And so I created Queen of Millions to teach women about like the basics, but not only the basics, but like creating like further modules to keep on going deeper in and speak about it on a level that actually makes a lot more intuitive sense to people rather than just like throwing everything at us all. So anyways, in this space, we've been focusing a lot on like not only just crypto terms, but also the aspect of building wealth. And so tax plans, even like what that means to visualize yourself with more money and rewiring your relationship to money. Actually, both these ladies are both in the space too, which is just, yeah, it's just been truly such a space where like women are able to come together. They're able to share their emotions, which I find a lot of women, especially entering in as the beginning market cycle in crypto, they're kind of like, who, me? Like, I can do this. And so a lot of it is just having a space where you can feel really consistent to show up, to feel like your emotions, anything that comes up is welcome. And then having a space where you're able to ask other people of like, I'm not crazy. I'm aligning my stuff to the future. And like, there's actually science behind this stuff. And we're like, yeah, we're doing it. So, yeah, I've just purely loved the space, loved the culture that has come from it. And it's just so cool seeing women truly being excited about their financial future, in a way that like women typically don't feel comfortable necessarily around money. And actually I think a lot of humans don't, but it's finding a lot of similar spaces and similar energies and similar people to be like, I'm doing this thing, I'm committing to it, I'm not crazy, and I actually do want to radically change my life, my future, and possibly and hopefully generations that come after me as well.
For sure. I think it's like iron sharpens iron. And Maddie always talks about it, like sudden wealth syndrome. And it's like you experienced some of that when you had an amazing, exponential gain. I know that like I've experienced that too, where it's like, that you are in a situation when you start showing like a family member some screenshots of like, look at this. Sometimes that's the top call too. But point being is it's like that flood of like endorphins and just like dopamine. You're just like, what the heck is going on? But you need to mentally prepare yourself, and you're out there, allowing women to come into a safe place and teach them about those opportunities to experience that, because it is coming. We all know it. We can feel it. Like it doesn't, I always think of it like we're in the right place at the right time in the right community. And I think we all know this. We all know this. I mean, it's like Richard is not just building, Win Lambo community. I always say like he wants to make a million millionaires. It's probably really like my favorite quote from him is people are the end game. And so when we are able to be in a situation where we're abundantly, feel good, then we can go out and, help fix society. You know what I mean? And I'm very proud of you. I think that, as I was preparing for this, it's like I was looking at like all these videos, and it just brought such a smile to my face as far as like Lindsay, you
Way over
dancing.
there.
Oh, mute yourself, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. You just dancing on the catwalk, all these, situations, Whitney, you smiling with SJ. It's just like that is the shining stars of just women, but just of our community. And we need that. I think you guys are going to help bring the healing back to so much of that's happened in the last year or two within our space. You could see it on Twitter, and it's just like, I'm just over it. I just want us to come back together. I want us to, heal as a community. And so thank you, Whitney. Thank you, SJ. I want to give the green thumb, Lindsay. Talk about your sovereignty, because obviously you and Adam always talk about like, Texaco and Hexaco and having the 5 acres and freedom. And I think that that's a big ethos about crypto is like, not only do you want to be financially free, you want to be like land free and have, your plot of land.
It's about defining what wealth means to you.
Mm-hmm.
If wealth means a pile of promissory notes or fiat that's backed by debt, then that's a certain kind of wealth that you might be seeking. But for us at Vibra, and I don't know what we're going to call it yet, it is happening. It's not an if, it's not a when. We're actively working on it every single day. We like to call it practice because we have the land and we're looking to bring more there. And truly our goal is to have 10 families within 10 miles that we can trust, and clean food, clean water, healthcare, education, a decentralized nature where you're not dependent on others, because you can't go in the grocery store. It's so difficult to go in the grocery store, pick something off the shelf and trust that that's actually what's in that box, or trust that that fruit that says that it's organic, or that tea that says it's organic, to not have been sprayed with pesticides for their bottom line. And that to me is being able to grow your own, and being able to bring other people into that situation, educate them where they might have been searching for Lambos and Gucci bags. And although like those things are very lovely, the Bugatti, I mean, who wouldn't want to like spin around a Bugatti? But is it practical when, I don't know. And maybe someday the way that the market is moving. And if you look at it today, we are the market cap, I mean, for the trillions, we're like 187% for the month, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the treasuries start flowing into blockchain. And then that's where big money comes from. We get excited about these little CBDCs and ETFs that are coming. Okay, what about when it takes T1 to move this money instead of T4? That's when this money will flow. And going to e-commerce, and just looking at e-commerce alone is expected to bring in $16 trillion by next year. That will happen. Ripple just is announcing their partners for their stablecoin, who's going to be able to show their stablecoin around. Like, we're not slowing down. And it's so important for people I think, to understand how special we are. And that's, if you want to call this community a cult, then that, I guess I would be okay with me in some senses, because it would keep the people who aren't open outside. And for a little bit, like, I feel like we just, after the bear market, and like, this is the bull market, and we're not like other cryptos. We're not going to move like other cryptos. We don't sit around and wait for Big Daddy V.I.C to be like, okay, it's time to unlock some coins and pump our chain. We're not waiting for that. We are individuals. We are sovereign individuals. Like, I guess you could say you're sovereign or you're sovereign. I guess it depends on how you interact with the financial system or the monetary system, how you interact with the governmental system at this time. So there's a difference between being a sovereign citizen and a sovereign citizen. We'll get into that some other time, I guess. I'm still doing a lot of studying into that, but really understanding what your goal is there. Is it to acquire more piles of fiat, or is it to acquire a better life for you and perhaps a family? I guess it depends on where you want to grow in this world.
I think everyone's seeking freedom, and there's, the freedom. I mean, I think people forget, you mentioned like a Bugatti. Do you own the Bugatti, or does the Bugatti own you?
No, that Bugatti owns you.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that someone can't have a Bugatti or Lambo and use it as marketing. I know I've thought about having a Lambo for various reasons, for like college football and bringing on, different aspects of marketing, but I don't think I'd really want to drive it. And if it marketed the cause of freedom, then maybe. But point being is, I think everyone's seeking freedom. And I love what you guys are talking about, as far as having like land, having neighbors that you trust, having people that, are helping you along with like growing food that you feel very trustworthy about eating. And that's freedom in itself too. Because yeah, this world is it has issues. It has issues in the financial market, has issues in the supermarket. And so that it's amazing. I love seeing your guys' posts as far as your garden goes, and that you guys are growing, and canning food and all these amazing things. It's just, yeah, keep it up. Great work. I see you there, AJ, just chilling. You got any input you want to pipe in there, bud?
I'm blown away. Sorry about the interruptions. I'm in the real world, working a real job every single day of my godforsaken life. But anyway, ladies, thank you for coming on. Thank you for presenting the essence of who we are as a Pulsechain community. This is why we're here. This is why we do this. We created King and Queen Pooie to highlight this incredible, Pulsechain community that we belong to from the very beginning. And you guys are a huge part of that. And thank you for all you're doing in the background. Thank you all for all you're doing as far as onboarding and educating and bringing people's emotional intelligence up, because that is what we need to do to become hugely successful in blockchain. And this is what this show is all about: bringing the ladies on, showcasing their brilliance. And you hit it out of the park today. I'm just blown away. I was very excited in the beginning when I came on. That's what that whole. But I'm sorry. Yes, I am driving, and just grateful to be part of a community with these guys that I'm with, and to have people in our community like you, just spreading the love and everything that we are in this community. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
How'd you do that, SJ? Where you have like a little heart
She's
thing that
magical.
She's been doing this for a minute.
That is awesome.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. But back to what Lindsay briefly touched on. What's it called? Sovereign citizen or sovereign?
A sovereign citizen. Well, you're either a citizen or you're sovereign. There's no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're like who
Right.
over here. Conspiracy said it pretty good there. And it's understanding your rights. It goes fundamentally down to understanding your rights and what the difference between a mandate and a law. When we can go back to 2020, and there's a very clear example of what the differences are between mandates and laws, and the effects that those have when the masses follow into mandates instead of actual laws and standing up for their rights. But we don't want to get you canceled, so I won't go into that today.
Yeah, you know, it's becoming more and more of an open discussion and topic. There's plenty of YouTubers that, you know, go down the rabbit hole and do the research and all that good stuff, and they stay online. I don't think it's so much of a taboo, but you really got to dig. I know Freddie Quotes is going down that rabbit hole lately. Access Alive, there's a subgroup that's working on that as well.
We are creating our own nation. This will happen. What currency do you think will be used in our nation? Like, there is a reason why we are part of this decentralized community. This is the most decentralized. We don't even have a working API. Oh, well, we do, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
a little clunky, but yeah. It's coming.
clunky. You know what? I'd rather have clunky and a functional IPFS than centralized crypto. I'd rather have that than somebody with their hand around my neck telling me when I can and cannot sell.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, yes, we're still, for now, until we have Hexaco, quasi, you know, that community where the barter, like this token XYZ is what we use as our currency, as our fiat. But in the meantime, you know, you got to deal with the on and off ramps, treat your sexes, central exchanges like a bathroom, right? Get in, get out, don't hold your tokens there, self-custody in your own wallet. It's what, you know, all these ladies, you know, preach and discuss and put out there at the different seminars and private meetings and different this and that. I mean, each of you are powerhouses in your own rights, doing your own thing. Many people, and God bless, have and are branching out and reaching across to other chains and L1s. And, you know, you got to show some interest. You got to, you know, have a conversation. It's not all about, hey, Pulsechain, cheap and fast. No, man, like you gotta befriend people, show some interest. You might learn a thing or two because there's a lot of cool stuff out there. It's not all Pulsechain or die. Like, we're all, you know, we're believers. We all love the RH stuff, but it's a big world out there. It's called a market as well. And people are going to do what they want to do. You can't control it. Get over the coping, you know, and move on. Find your thing, man. It's, you know, everything's going to be all right. It's going to work out. But, you know, lead, follower, get out of the way. You know, just do something is the big thing. And all three of you are doing some things in your own rights and on your different platforms. And everything of that nature. And it's super awesome. Whitney, you know, I see you around here and there, different groups, what have you. What do you have coming up? What because I've seen in the past you've gone to or hosted some seminars or this or that, or you go to different functions. What do you got going? I want to learn a little more about you. I know these other two stellar ladies a lot, but what are you up to?
I'm like, what do I have coming up? I actually don't have any seminars or conferences coming up. I was on the conference route a little bit earlier this year. I'm here in Austin, and I've been more tapped into networking and just connecting with other networks within Austin as well, because like we all know, we can keep going through the whole crypto route, but it's a matter of how do you insert yourself into different arenas. And I think just like right now, the timing too, it becomes such a no-brainer. Everyone feels so much fear in the world. And it's like, they also know that there's so much opportunity, and they're like, hi, I'm actually very much ready for this. Can you help me out for this stuff? So a lot of times people just need a friend, which is why I just find it so valuable to just go out into other spaces. Yeah. And like SJ was saying about hosting events, I'm like, all right. I was like, today I need to find that date and send some messages out to get a date in for an Austin meetup for sure.
I love Austin.
Who else is are you in Austin now, Wild SJ? No? I don't know. But there's a lot going on in Austin. Texas in general. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of Texas hexes. They got a whole tribe out there in Texas for sure. But I have since moved. My bus is in California now. So
yeah, okay.
Cali roots.
Yeah, I've been to Austin like 3 times, and every time I go there, this is no shade on my home state, but like Portland, I'm like, I get down to Austin, I'm like, this feels eerily like similar to like Portland. I mean, I'm like, what the heck is going on? I like, because I've been to San Antonio, the top hats, the cowboy hats. I've been to Dallas, I've been to Houston, and then it's like Austin is like this like one spot that's like, why is everyone wearing grungy jeans and it smells like weed around here all the time? What the heck's going on? This is like Portland. What's up?
Hey, you know, we have a saying, keep Portland weird, but it actually came from Austin. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm still an Austinite at heart. I love that place, man. 16 years there. So.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I wasn't too far off. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have roots there. Yes. Yeah.
Do
What, go
anyone
ahead.
have any like kind of you know, I guess obviously we have the Pulsechain tour coming up in March 6th to the 9th. I love it because guess what? For the foreseeable future, my birthday is on March 9th. So every year I get to celebrate with my crypto family. You know, I'm looking forward to the golf tournament. Last golf tournament, I recruited a bunch of Las Vegas golfers to be on the Hex team, and they won it. So, you know what I mean? So this year I'll probably do the same. I'm going to go ahead and recruit some amazing golfers, but you know, my team was pretty good. You know, I had like the hexiest man in the world. We had a great time. So obviously we want people to come out in March. Obviously, She Slays Crypto is going to be up in New York speaking about sovereignty and freedom. And everyone needs to tune into, you know, Queen of Millions and what she's doing as far as in the women's space and just getting women to raise to a new level and know that abundance is an okay place to be in. It's not about scarcity. That abundance is a good and safe place to be in. What's going on?
One other thing, you know, if this isn't like a foreshadowing of the epic production that we have coming up for Queen Pooie, ladies, this was an epic show. I can't even imagine what's in store for Queen Pooie and the shit show that we have planned for the future. But obviously, you guys are a big part of that, and we're hoping that you know, all of the women of Pulsechain will come together and just, I mean, the music, the art, the community, family is what we're all about. And if this doesn't like foreshadow everything that show is going to be, I'm blown away at you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on and spending a little time with us.
Yeah. And like, you know, like so many of these like shows, I want the community to feel like it's a safe place to come in. And it's not like this. Like, obviously, I know that we have a King Pooie token and a Queen Pooie token coming out, and it's not about us necessarily. I feel like our day in the sun is going to come. I feel like our opportunity to celebrate everyone else's, you know, whether it's PTGC, we've recognized what they're building. And, you know, obviously Queen Pooie is going to take on some of the similar tokenomics. That being said, I want people to feel like this is kind of like an opportunity Monday through Thursday, kind of like the Discourse Syndicate, where they could come through 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We could talk about the beauty. It's kind of like when you go to Vegas, there's multiple casinos and we're all going to win. We are all going to win. And there's an opportunity for us to really lift up other people's projects. There's an opportunity for us to lock arms with the queens of crypto and say, let's get out there and make Pulsechain and crypto awesome. You know, yeah. I like that. And like that.
Let's make crypto fun again, right?
Let's make crypto fun again. Yeah, for sure.
Crypto's always fun. And you got like, we're playing in the best playground. We really truly are. I've been to so many conferences. I've dealt with so many crypto bros. It's not, you can't compare it to the support that the women get from the men in this community. And you guys have said lovely things about us today, but I have to I'll speak for you ladies too, I hope you don't mind. We want to throw that love right back on you guys and say thank you so much for supporting us. Not everybody's as brave, right? You know, to jump on a camera and throw themselves out there and just be like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't care. What comes out of my mouth, it is what it is. And you guys help us to be like, all right, we're on the, you know, that support is everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it takes the entire community to come together. And I love the diversity that we represent in crypto, and we need to showcase it, bottom line. And it really is a beautiful thing, because I want to be real careful about this because oftentimes, you know, like I said, we have those situations where there's females that are in this space, and I really feel like you guys represent the divas of DeFi in such anyways, I'll just leave it at that. It just reminds me of like my sisters, you know, to be honest, you know, it's like, you know, like, and so it's like, I think of you guys as like family. We've all been out there like Black Hexagon. And it's like, when I see her, it's just like, she just lights me up as far as I see her operate. And I'm just like so proud of her. You know what I mean? She's just like out here killing it. And shout out to her. She takes on so much for her own family. She's an amazing wife, an amazing mom. And we need more women to rise up like that in Hexaco. So thank you.
And thanks for calling that out, because she's very non-front, like forward facing. Like,
right.
She is not someone who's going to come on stream and do these things or have her own show or show her face. Like, that's just not the way that she is, you know? And like, for someone like her to have contributed so much to this community and get so little recognition for it, you know, she doesn't care. Like, that's not like her thing. Like, she's not into it. But like, I just think so many people don't realize, like, the tour wouldn't happen without her, right? Like, these events are 100% like it's a team effort for sure, right? But she came in at the very, and that's not just the Pulsechain tour, right? Like, I'm talking about KSB TV, like when David and Patrick started out on this whole, if you guys don't know the story, I'll give you like a little taste of it. But like, when they started out on this tour, it was just so disorganized and no one knew what they were doing. And everyone was just running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And Kaylin comes in, you know, and it's just like, hey, I'm actually good at stuff. Like, let me come in and like, you know, help you guys run this show. And all for, you know, like not asking anything in return, right? Just to see this kind of like get to start to get build up. And for the last 3 years, that's what she's been doing, is creating these events, helping people come out and meet one another and get all this stuff done. So just super kudos to, you know, she is probably one of the queen of queens in this community. And I think is one of the most underrated people, you know, doing so much work out there for us, for our community, for moving this chain forward and for getting the word out there. So thanks on her behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, you know, bottom line is we try to keep things to about 45 to an hour, just to, you know, respect the community's time. I get that a lot of people come out. I greatly appreciate you women coming on here. Obviously, we would love to have you guys come back. We obviously would love to have other queens of crypto come on and share their story about their contributions for their community, their crypto, their family. And we obviously plan on showcasing all individuals of the community and their contributions. And so thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. With that being said, I'm going to outro us here with a little bidet scene from our fearless leader, Richard
And before
Hart.
you do that, just I want to give a shout out to Georgia. If you guys go to X right now, you look at the right hand side. She's doing a stream and recasting with Futurama. You know, like she's a talk about an OG woman. She's always holding it down, creating up. You know, it's coming up with creative stuff. The whole 9 yards, man. So that's another one out there that's right now real time doing her stuff. So I would propose after this, y'all do a raid and show some support to Georgia, man. You know, she's a queen of crypto.
She is. I saw her little slide on me because she wasn't in the rap song, and she made it sound. She goes, "I may not be a Pulsechain queen, but I'm a queen of hearts." And that was no shade on Georgia. Georgia, we love you. We love you very much.
It is live, telling you, girl.
Georgia, don't make me call you on my cell phone because I have your number.
Right?
You know,
don't give up on RH. He'll marry you, maybe. You know, like let's start with proposal first. But I know you're all. We know. But anyways, back to you, brother. Sorry.
All right, no, we're all good. Hey, thank you, everyone. Hey, tune in Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to hit you with an outro, and then I'm going to showcase who we're having on tomorrow as far as Coach X, and we're going to be talking PTGC, UFO, and the cosmic consciousness, because we, you know, Vibra, I know you guys are into the cosmic cosmetology and all that kind of stuff. We are energy. and we are a beautiful family. And so I'm excited for it. Thank you, everyone, for hopping on here. Talk to you tomorrow.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's gonna wash your butt, and your butt's gonna be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
Clean butts for everyone. Hey, thanks for tuning into the shit show. Thank you, Whitney Magic. Thank you, A Wild SJ. And thank you, She Slays Crypto, Lindsay, for coming on and being the queens that you are. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to have our boy, Coach X, come on the show. We're going to be talking about PTGC. And here's a quick video, and then I'll completely, for reals, outro it out. Hoorah. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.